Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you all are having a great day today. As always, I am. It is beautiful outside. Thank you, Lord, for that. Mwah. I am going to talk about something kind of serious today. It's not that it's a bad thing. I'm going to need your guys' help. I mean, because it's a serious subject, serious matter, but as most of you guys know, I was raised by my grandmother from birth. When my birth mother, Dreama Pennycook, when she had me, she gave me up for adoption to my grandmother, which already had 12 kids. So I became number 13, which is, of course, why I got the 13 tattooed on me. It became my lucky number. Anyway, let's just skip all this bullshit and let's get straight to it. I'm trying to find out who my birth father is. I have no idea who he is. I've been told over and over and over throughout my life that his name is Theodore Semenk, or Ted or Teddy Semenk. He also goes by the nickname Snake. I have tried locating this man all my life. Even when I was a young kid, I was about 14 years old, I think, and I was calling because I had heard he lived in, and still does, live in San Antonio, Texas, or somewhere in the surrounding area. I was on the phone with the operator. Back then, I think it was the operator information, I can't remember, and I bet you I run up about a $400 phone bill trying to find this man. I finally got a hold of a woman answered the phone, and I asked for Theodore Semenk, and she said, "Who's calling?" And I said, "This is Joseph Neal. This is his son." And she started crying, and she said, Theodore had passed away a few years ago. And then I can remember this like it was yesterday, but I was so young. And then I started crying, but come to find out, I was actually talking to my grandmother. If Theodore is my dad, then she was my grandmother. And her name's Barbara Semenk. And her husband is also Theodore Semenk Sr. Their son's Theodore Semenk Jr. But it was him that had passed away, and my father is still living. Well, back then he was still living. He may have passed away since then, I don't know. But I supposedly have 4 or 5 brothers by him. They would be half brothers, with the woman that he did marry, and her name is Mary. So if anybody knows a Barbara Semenk, Theodore Semenk, Ted Semenk, or Mary Semenk, or even with anybody in Texas, or anybody really, I don't care what state they're in, please let me know. It can be discreet. You can inbox it to me, however you want to tell me, because I really need to find out. There's some things that's happened lately, and I need to find out some stuff about me, through him, because I might be looking towards maybe a surgery in the future. So there's many other reasons too, but and also just for state of mind, I want to know. It's not that I really care that much, because he's never been there. And even when I talked to, which I just skipped over the whole thing about that, but yeah, she said, "No, honey, that was your grandfather that passed away. Your dad, if he is your dad, and how do you know he's your dad?" And I told her my birth mother's name. I was like, "Do you remember Dreama Neal?" And she said, "Oh my God, yes, I remember. He used to run around with her when they were younger, and this and that." And she said, but I never ever heard him mention that she was pregnant with his son. And we talked for a little bit, and she ended up mailing me a photo of him, which I don't know where that photo went. I kept it for years, but it just disappeared off the face of the earth. And she was like, you can look and judge for yourself if you think you look like him and all this other stuff. But she was a very sweet woman, very, very loving, caring woman. But after she said she was going to call her son and talk to him about this. Well, she also explained that he's also married to marry, and she didn't want to disrupt anything. And of course, I don't either. I don't want to split up a home, you know, a happy home. But for the way it goes is that, or the way I heard, or the way I take this is, when Dreama, my birth mother, had sex with him and they, you know, conceived me, he was already engaged to Mary. Which, if this gets into the right hands or them, Mary's going to find out anyway. But while he was engaged to Mary, he had slept with Dreama, my birth mother, and that's where I came along. But then he was shipped back out because he was in the Army, and that's where they met. He was good friends with my Uncle John, and when they, whatever it's called when you get out for a little bit and you get to go home, I can't think of it anyway. I'm scatterbrained right now because of all this. He was on leave in the Army, and John came home to see his wife, Darlene, and he brought his buddy, Ted, Theodore Semenk, and Dreama, my birth mother, and him hit it off. They had sex, whatever. What y'all think of my shirt, by the way? Homosexuals are gay. I reckon. But anyway, I just need to know, guys. It's a very, very big deal. But going back to the conversation about Barbara, she called him and he told her flat out, no, he is not my son. I know who his father is. I'm not going to get into that mess. That's something he'll have to find out when he gets older. But I do not want him to have my number. I don't want any contact with him. And he even made her change her phone number. So I haven't been in contact with any of them since then. But like I said, if you guys know anything, please, I beg you, please inbox me something. Just let me know. Again, the names are Theodore Semenk or Ted Semenk, Barbara Semenk, Mary Semenk. They also had 4 to 5 sons, well, I'm sure, which are Semenk, last name. But anyway, I appreciate your guys' time, and if anybody can help me, it's going to be a big deal, and you could possibly be saving my life. So let me know, guys. I appreciate it. And until tomorrow, I love you guys. Have a great day.